Not heard quite a while. Figured I'd just pop on. Might as well. I have the mobile data on because the Wi-Fi is kind of hinky, unreliable. My son does Facebook Live puppet shows and it constantly conks out. I've been out here quite a while now. I can't get all the goats back in the pen at the same time. The dudes will go in there and the girls won't. They were all in their old pen a while ago. I don't have a gate on that one anymore. Their shack in there doesn't have a roof on it. Otherwise, I would have shut them in. Son's gonna be mad at me. Sad now, you look at the mountains and the first thing you see is the air pollution. All they're putting in this town are apartments and condos anymore. So now you got 20,000 vehicles driving around spewing toxic fumes. I'd get an electric one if I could afford it. It's not the same town anymore. It's be a quiet little farming community now. It's turning into a budding metropolis, really. Sucks. City kids come in, funneled in all the apartments, duplexes. And they spray paint graffiti on everything and they smash things. They go into Walmart and horse around, smash things in there too, spray paint graffiti in there too. Not the same town anymore. You know, got all the city riffraff and the Southern California people coming in, trying to chase all the farmers out. A lot of farmland being replaced by buildings. It's ridiculous. I had animal control and code enforcement here last year multiple times trying to tell me I couldn't have goats, couldn't have a rooster. Meanwhile, my wife's third generation on this property, so they're full of crap. So I thought I'd just pop on here and record the goats for a little bit. But I've been out here with the goats for probably a couple hours now. See, they're in their old pen again, except for these two. I stood this up and measure it here. Makes a halfway decent gate. I just have to go and get some baling wire from that shed over there, tie it on here. When I do that, they probably end up in the front yard. But see, this is their old shack. Church people took the truck cap off of it, and this is kind of sinking. I mean, it's sturdy. It's not going to collapse. I could put a tarp over it, which of course they will promptly eat. Probably last about a week before they eat the whole thing. But this all needs to be dug out. And it's composted hay and goat poop. Our church guy was going to bring it back over this spring. Of course, it's rocketing towards summer. The thing about the land being taller and here, all the compost is the irrigation water comes down. It can't get in here. It's going to flood that one out. So we've had irrigation for 3 weeks, but it hasn't come this way. Nobody's let it into our off of Center Street really until this past week. It was in our ditch, but it wasn't very high. It's like someone was still holding it. That's a shame. And the yard not so much needed water, but trees, crabapple trees in rough shape. Regular apple tree, not in so good shape either. Our plum orchard's basically dead. Well, some of it's not. The goats, they get out, they wipe out the trees. That's why the brush pile is getting so big. Besides all the busted trees from these snowstorms and thunderstorms and rot. But the goats wiped out our plum orchard more than one occasion. Over the years, I've had to cut multiple trees down twice now. I still have 2 big plum trees over there that have to come down. They grow back up from the stumps. They have new growth, but everything, from above from. I'll show you. They're all in the old pen now. If I had a gate, I'd shut it. But this is what they do to the trees. As you can see, we have new stuff growing down here, but they peel the bark. It dries out. The tree, starts to split, like right here. tree split. And this is all dead. So I gotta cut it from, say, here up. This it's got new growth here, but of course they'll get a hold of that and eat it. If I had a tarp, I'd throw a tarp on that. Tie that pallet there, and they can spend the night in their old pen. No, I'm streaming them basically one-handed, if you know what I mean. This is a pile of logs. Most of it I cut last summer. I was planning on building a corral over here. Of course, my 9 days off, I promptly did nothing. Then some of the plum trees, I decided to put the thicker ones over here. I'm like, these will make good fence posts. But some other ones, like this, you see, like that, I cut into a couple of piles of logs, tied them with the bale twine. Try to put them on Facebook, $5 a pop. Nobody wants them. Starter wood, $5. Nobody wants it. People around here don't want to buy stuff. They want it for free. Even the rich people. Try a yard sale. Nobody shows up. Done that before. Put it on Facebook. Oh, no. Try to sell a vacuum for $5. I was indecisive about it, and I'm like, it runs. Like, oh, I'll just get a horse repaired. Okay, whatever you want to pay $80 to have your vacuum motor replaced. When all ours needed was really a belt, probably. Nobody wants to buy your old junk. They want it all for free. I'll just buy new stuff. Of course, nobody does anything anymore. They're all addicted to their phones now, all younger people. They get their phone crazy glued to their hand. Phone zombies, see them walking around Walmart. They almost run into you. They walk in front of you out there in the parking lot. Practically run them over. And they go in the restrooms and sit down on the toilet. And they play on their phones for like a half hour to an hour. The employees do it all the time. I call them blue vested toilet campers. They go in the family restroom, so families and handicapped people and the elderly can't get in there. And they hang out and they play on their phones. They do that in the men's and women's room, so I'm trying to clean. You camp out on the toilet so you can't mop the floor. Customers do it too, though. It's just as annoying. So here we have the goats in the old pen. Goats in the old pen, ladies and gentlemen. There's nobody here. I'm talking to nobody. This is a pallet that sat here for a while. I put it here in case the water comes down so Annie and baby can stand on it. But see, I can make that into a gate. The problem is they have no roof. I need a tarp. They want to be in their old pen. They miss their old pen. They miss their old pen. They like it better than that one. But it's all compost, poop, hay, wood shavings. The land is higher over here than it is over here, so if the water comes down, it goes around. I'm waiting for it to come down and flood that one out, and then have animal control show up. And I'll be on my case again. Oh, I told you can only have one goat. Well, go tell those people over there they can only have one horse. And those people over there, they can only have one horse. Each of them has lived here for decades also. They're trying to change all the laws and ordinances, trying to chase out all the farmers. They have this new ordinance that they put in place in 2009 where people can't have roosters, but they didn't tell anybody. Try to say, oh, the end of town is over there in Northfield. No, it's not. Commercial property there. Commercial property on the other side of us. I was lived in this property for 44 years, 43 years. Our grandma lived over there. I mean, it goes back more than half a century. There were no ordinances back then. There were no houses here back then. There was like 2 or 3 houses on this side of town. My grandparents owned a lot of this. Okay. You don't have to give up your rights just because they're starting to spruce the place up once they brought Wally World in. And I know the real estate boom and all the freaking real estate agents and the investors and the bankers and the land developers, they want to develop everything, chase out all the farmers, make it into a budding metropolis. You don't have to give up your rights because of that. I haven't had any trouble yet this year, but it's coming. It's coming. They'll even false sense of security by not showing up, and then out of the blue they ring your doorbell, or they come up behind you and sit in your car in the driveway. And next thing you know, they're running around your yard with butterfly nets trying to catch your farm animals. Don't trust your local government because they can do whatever they want to you, whatever they want, whenever they want. They're far more power than the federal government. The federal government doesn't care about you; they'll just ignore you. But there's going to be a freeway bypass down there, so all that farmland's going to be gone. There's already a college going up there, high school going up there on farmland, my wife's cousin's farmland. Ski resort down the other end. Yeah, this isn't a small town anymore. They're turning it into, I don't know, Southern California. Where all the fancy folks are from that are running this place. There's a large bumblebee. Sorry, just suddenly turned an ADHD video. Let's follow it. Must be a nest in here somewhere. Down there now. Went in the brush pile somewhere. I don't know what species of bumblebee that is, what you're gonna call it, but green, but it has some orange on it too. Sort of bumblebee honeybee hybrid of some sort. So we got one person watching this here a little bit now. Guess I haven't bored you sufficiently enough for you to run away yet. Just out of curiosity, is this Robin or Jackie? No? Somebody random? Want to see my chickens? Come on. Nope. That's a no. They left. I see how you are. They left. Got Annie and baby here. Talking to nobody. There's my pal Domino. Jack. Lady. I'm going to shut up now since there's nobody here. Phone battery, 73%. This is just going to be a short video. I only had one viewer show up. They hung around maybe 2 minutes. I don't know. Let's call this one. Let's call this one at the 15-minute mark. What do you say? Sound good, Domino? I just wanted to show the person with chickens over there. I was going to take a walk over there. No, they left. As soon as I said, "Do you want to see my chickens?" They bailed. We're going to call it at 15 minutes, Tommy. Not that you understand me. I know you don't. What do you think, Jack? My gosh, you've gotten fat. I think you ate a little too much here today, sir. Let's let some of that digest. Goats supposedly have more than one stomach. Well, we're at 15 minutes. I was going to call it. Oh, we got a viewer. Okay, I'll hang around for a few more seconds. This is Tommy. Captain Jack Sparrow. Domino. Little lady. 11-year-old boar goat. And a baby. They're the sisters or cousins. These two are brothers. This is their half brother. Her family all I had here all died. Oh, lady. Big girl. Guess I can hang around a few more minutes. I don't want to make this a long one because phone battery is at 71. It doesn't charge well. And bye-bye goes my viewer. Okay, I'll see how it is. I bored them. They hung around even less time than the previous viewer did. All right, everybody, let's wrap it up. Let's get you in the pen. The good pen, not your old one that you love. Call it a night. I'm going to do some laundry. Pipe that shoots into the floorboards. The water's in there in your buckets. Okay? Let's call it, guys. I'm going to go night-night, okay? Get here and rest. Get your belly's all full. You have to move this barrel. Domino rolled that across the pen. I think it was him. I couldn't help but wonder if they're going to complain about the noise of the barrel since I moved it over here, or if the randos that rent that place next are going to complain about it. Because the church people put the barrel in there when I put this pen out. See, code enforcement told me that those people were complaining something meddling in that pen was keeping them awake. That was about 7 months ago. Animal control told me I'm only allowed one goat. He was coming by for about a year telling me that. He's going to refer me to the city prosecutor. Show up at code enforcement in October. Oh, it's kind of rooster. Oh, we had a stray one thrown over a fence. And we got caught in a tree crowing for 3 months after about, midnight after midnight. They bitched about it, I guess. They threw it over here. It was in their yard. They're like, we'll try to find the owners on Facebook. They didn't. I checked all the groups they were in. They didn't. 3 months of that, and they complained. And the next thing you know, patrol and code enforcement show up with their butterfly nets while I'm sitting in the car. I'm like, one of the trees, not mine. Mine doesn't make that noise. Mine had to go too, they said. Despite all my protests, 14-year-old rooster. What does this mean? Snarky son of a bitch said. In town, better not me. What about the one on Center Street? You plan complaining against it? No. It's called bullying. They were bullying me. I should have complained against both of them guys. They would have been fired by now. Probably not, because the government sides with the government, especially your local government. Don't trust your local government. They don't care about you. They only care about how much money they can make off you. Property taxes, taking your land, selling it, all that. Giving you tickets and fines, stuff like that. Well, here we are. Everybody's in the pen except for baby and lady. We're gonna wrap it up here. I'm trying to get them in here. Well, I've only had one viewer on here twice, and they don't stick around. Oh, you Domino, my pal. You're my little pal. Annie. All right, everybody, let's call it good here. Annie, get your butt in here. Come on, everybody. Come on, wrap it up. Coming up on 20 minutes. We're calling it. We'll charge this up to 69%. 69. Jack. Jack's a good boy. Night, everybody. Nobody here. Okay, end it right here. Here comes baby. Come on, lady. Come on, Annie. Let's go. Okay, in a pen. I'm off for 9 days here, so probably have some surprise visits at the door from the government. Tell me I can't have something. Threatening me with prosecution for having farm animals. People tell me I've been too paranoid about it. Well, yeah, it's been 6 or 7 months since I heard from them, but they will be back. And at least expect it. That's the way they work. Pounce. They will be back. I don't bother anybody else. No, just me. I don't know what the problem is with me. All right, Tommy. Tommy, my pal. We're gonna call it good here since nobody's watching. Get in here, girls.